To create something exceptional, your mindset must be relentlessly focused on the smallest detail, by Giorgio Armani. Okay, so today's exercise will get you to move your body. So in a minute, I'd like you to go into your closet, pantry, attic, or garage and find 2 items that are useful and place them aside so that you can donate them to the Salvation Army or Goodwill this week. Sometimes the biggest lesson in life are only learned when you let something go and do for others. Don't give away something you were considering throwing away as trash, but give away something that you thought you may use one day for yourself, but haven't touched it in at least 6 to 12 months. When you're done, come back and start the video again. Push pause right now, and I'll talk to you soon. According to Wikipedia, life hacking refers to any trick, shortcut, skill, or novelty method that increases productivity and efficiency in all walks of life. The Urban Dictionary defines it as a strategy or technique adopted in order to manage one's time and daily activities in a more efficient way. For me, I've discovered that by life hacking my brain, my mindset changed into one in which I didn't accept defeat or mediocrity. I didn't accept excuses for myself, and I pushed my own mind to new limits by choice. You will never know your limits or your potential if you don't try something new and different to force that change that you need to be successful in your life. Once I had a happy mind, I started to have a happy life, and all of those subliminal changes that had taken place during my mindset hacking had taken hold and started to manifest themselves by the fruit of my labor. I found that I was more productive, I was more positive, I was happier to get up and face the day's challenge in both my personal and my business life. I was more laser focused, and I eagerly looked forward to the next task on my to-do list. It was almost like I had placed an IV drip of caffeine directly into my mindset, and it had ignited my whole being. I was more motivated and invigorated from day to day, and I was more passionate about what I did at work and play, and I was healthy, and it was just a healthier me to my loved ones. My mind was clearer and just focused on them, giving them my all, my complete and undivided attention. It's amazing to see how the relationships around you grow and strengthen, all from you getting your mindset in line with success. Here are a few tricks to set your mindset for success. You really want to start by developing success habits. I'm going to name a few that you should take notes on that will help you in your life and business. Number 1, create systems to keep yourself on track. Number 2, make a small step towards each of your goals each day. Number 3, capture all of the information that could help you. Take a quick note on your phone while you're out for a walk so you don't forget. Clip all articles and inspiring ideas for later reference. Number 4, create the to-do list for the next day the night before. Number 5, prioritize your to-do list. Number 6, tackle the most dreaded task first, as everything else will feel like a piece of cake after. Once you've implemented one or more of the ideas above for success habits over the next 21 days, it will become much easier and a part of your routine. At that time, you can add in another mindset for success. Next, make better decisions. I'm going to list a few that you should take notes on here as well, that will help you to develop the mindset for success. So number 1, start making executive decisions. You are the CEO of your own life, so begin taking charge of it and making decisions as if you were being paid for those decisions. Number 2, apply mental filters. Number 3, run decisions through an if this then that scenario in your mind. Number 4, consider the worst case scenario. Number 5, keep your end goal in mind. Does the choice fit with your goal or take you to a different direction? Number 6, distance your emotions if they are really strong. A gut reaction is great, but take a step back if one of those choices really engages an emotional response in you. Come back to make the decision when you can be a bit more objective. Number 7, learn from your failures, but ask yourself what you learned from the experience. Number 8, stop the negative talk in your mind. Number 9, know your strengths and your weaknesses. Number 10, ask for feedback from colleagues. Number 11, be able to process both positive and negative feedback in a constructive manner. Number 12, learn how to correct yourself when you find yourself going too far or not keeping in line with your goal. Number 13, develop core competencies that will help you reach your goal. Number 14, be results focused. 15, when you experience a setback, don't dwell on it. After doing an assessment, move on to the next thing. Number 16, don't be afraid to make a course correction when necessary. Number 17, stick with your decisions in most cases. Constant course corrections can make the road 10 times as long. Decision making is a huge key to success. We make many decisions each day, and they either take us closer or farther away from our goals. Spend a few minutes thinking about the last few decisions you've made and decide whether they are in line with your goals or taking you farther away from them. Psychologistworld.com defines a subliminal message as a signal or message designed to pass below the normal limits of perception. The Urban Dictionary defines a subliminal message as anything that sends you a message without your knowledge of it, usually picked up on by your subconscious mind. Years ago, I started to read life hacking quotes on a daily basis. These were quotes from successful people, people who had achieved more than myself, people who had made an impact somehow in some positive way on earth. I would read the quote to myself, then out loud. It got to the point where I would subconsciously think about what the quotes meant, and I found myself writing the quotes or some variation of it in my Instagram post, my blog post, in my emails and text messages to friends and colleagues. The positivity was most certainly noticed, and people in general just looked forward to interacting with me because they knew that they were going to get something or some kind of positive energy from me. That's how you want to be. You want to make yourself magnetic, where people are drawn to you and want to be a part of the successful-minded bandwagon that you're on. Now, on that note, I'm going to give you a few of my most favorite quotes that will set your mindset for success. You can read these daily and plaster everywhere in your personal and workspace. Remember, the right mindset doesn't happen by mistake. You have to work at it. And little hacks just like these are enough to move mountains in your life. Absorb what is useful, discard what is not, add what is uniquely your own. By Bruce Lee. People can be really smart or have skills that are directly applicable, but if they don't really believe in it, then they are not going to really work hard. By Mark Zuckerberg. Success is the ability to go from one failure to another with no loss of enthusiasm. By Winston Churchill. It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all. In which case, you fail by default. By J.K. Rowling. The scariest moment is always just before you start. Author unknown. Your mind is a powerful thing. When you fill it with positive thoughts, your life will start to change. Author unknown. To succeed, jump as quickly at opportunities as you do at conclusions. By Benjamin Franklin. The more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. By Oprah Winfrey. Successful people don't fear failure, but understand that it's necessary to learn and grow from. By Robert Kiyosaki. Courage allows the successful woman to fail and learn powerful lessons from the failure, so that in the end, she didn't fail at all. By Maya Angelou. Either I will find a way or I will create a way, but I will not create an excuse. By Leonardo DiCaprio. The biggest risk is not taking any risk. In a world that is changing really quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking risk. by Mark Zuckerberg. If you are afraid of failure, you don't deserve to be successful, by Charles Barkley. Success is how high you bounce when you hit bottom, by George Smith Patton. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it, by Steve Jobs. Attract what you expect. Reflect what you desire. Become what you respect. Mirror what you admire. Author unknown. Okay, so for your 11th immediate action step is to do a Google search for more inspirational quotes and sit and read as many as you can in about 10 minutes. Allow this to help reset your mind, to think positive thoughts, and to foster an overall feeling of well-being. Go onto one of your social media accounts and write out your favorite inspirational success quote you found online to the people in your networking circle, and repost an ad you found. Next, I want you to practice on putting together 2 complete test case packages to a potential buyer to familiarize yourself with how exactly this is done. Follow Module 18 in the Outsourcing to Find, Fund, Flip, Grow Rich course material, and be sure to take your time to understand the flow of how the buyer will see your properties. Last, study Module 19 in the Outsourcing to Find, Fund, Flip, Grow Rich course. Search the web for a good local investor-friendly title company to use, and check out the transactional funders site that I mentioned in that module. Once on the site, I'd like you to request a proof of funds letter and familiarize yourself with their website. Okay, so this exercise, I will get you to visit your heart. Today, I'd like you to plan on preparing and making a healthy meal for yourself. If you can't cook today, then order a healthy menu choice. Maybe make enough or buy enough to share it with someone. Give that gift of healthy nutrition. Give rest and sustenance to your body today. Practice on doing this at least once per week. Your body and heart will thank you for it. Then make sure you get a good night's sleep tonight. Turn your cell phone off and TV at least 1 hour earlier than normal, and try to unwind a little earlier than usual. People who get a good night's sleep wake up with more energy and tend to be more productive. If you are overly tired, every task and responsibility can seem exaggerated, and even small problems will feel like big ones. Okay, so that's all for now. I'll talk to you in the next module where we talk about getting pumped for the challenges and changes that are on their way.